If you're writing emails every week and you have a YouTube channel that's not growing, stuck below 1,000 subscribers, then I'm here to tell you you're not alone and you're watching the right video to improve that. Most business owners and most business coaches are missing out an incredible opportunity because they're already making content on YouTube and they're writing their own emails, but they're not combining the two things together to create a superpower that compounds your authority and growth. Because of this, most business owners are using emails completely wrong. Email isn't necessarily where you teach. It's what drives people back to your authority. And the way that you're probably using it and the way that we were using it is probably killing your traction. Most business consultants and high-level entrepreneurs have large email databases, yet their YouTube channel is very small, and they're not even thinking about connecting the two. I'm not just going to tell you, I'm going to sing it to you by actually telling you how to do it. So definitely keep watching. Roll that intro. A lot of business owners doing their own marketing or hiring someone else and trying to teach them to do the marketing, but they don't understand the complete ins and outs of marketing, they're just kind of doers, are rinse and repeating what other people are telling them, including me probably. And because of that, we're taking pieces of advice, thinking we're going to get fantastic results, and sometimes you get pretty good results, but sometimes it could be better and you had no idea. Hey, sorry to interrupt, but Joe, you got something on your chest.
When I failed my first 8 business, I chalked it up to a couple of things. Number one, I was very proud and I didn't learn how to build a business. But the second thing I realized is I didn't go to school for this.
And it's fun to try to figure things out and explore, but then there comes a point where you're like, wait, hold on. What are all the other successful business owners doing?
We've provided something for you if you feel the same exact way. We've provided Skool, SKOOL, entrepreneur experience, where you can actually have free content and a community of people that are also in there that are entrepreneurs that love to give feedback and ask for feedback. If you don't feel like you have the resources enough to help you become successful, join our Skool.
It starts for free. So what are you waiting for? Go to jtvisuals.com/skool. That's JTVisuals without the I, and that's school with a K.
Now back to the show.
So it's like a train. If you had a train car over here and it's on this track, and then you had another train car on this track and another one on this track, they could be going in the same direction, but they're all on different tracks. And then eventually it just kind of veers off. But in reality, if you attached those together on the same track and went the same direction, it would compound and increase efficiency. So there's a lot of branding and marketing things you're doing, such as emails. You've built email lists. You're maybe posting on social media, and maybe you make a YouTube video here and there based on your public speaking gig. But the trick is to actually tie all of those together. That's why I like the long to short form content style, but there's so much more to it than just that. It's not just making one long video on YouTube and then posting clips on social media. It's all about the client journey and the people you're helping. And a lot of great, fantastic business owners, they've written books, they've done public speaking gigs, are below 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I believe they could get this pretty easy. Yet they have 2,000 to 3,000 on an email list because they've helped so many people. They're not pushing people to their YouTube channel the way that they could be. And one immediate change that I would implement if I was them would be to write emails in a way that gets at least 10% more open rate and points people towards that YouTube video. So this is usually the problem. You're already spending a lot of time trying to come up with a newsletter that you need to do weekly. Or maybe you're doing more than that and you have writing emails consistently on your docket. But then when you look at the stats, you feel unsatisfied with how many people actually open that email. Maybe you don't even look at the stats and you just do it and you think that it's bringing good results. And you know, maybe it's bringing a little bit of results, but it's not what you think it could be. And that's because all of it is actually separate systems and we really need to merge them. But what if I told you that by merging them, you're actually not doing more, you're doing less? So I studied 3 people on YouTube that are utilizing this system and they're compounding their authority through this. And by studying these 3, I paid attention for a long time all the other people that are doing this as well. And what I found out was what I was doing wrong and what you may be doing wrong as well. And that is newsletter style emails. We all think of it that way, and they go out like marketing campaigns. I remember back in the day, I liked American Eagle, and I thought they had fantastic graphic design, and I really liked it. I would actually keep their emails because it was cool and it stood out, and I wanted to model everything I do after them. And I've actually seen a shift in culture and lived through it where I was excited to actually get a physical piece of mail in the snail mail, and that would stand out. But then it started getting filled with all of these other marketing mailing campaigns. And so getting a piece of mail with my name on it didn't mean as much anymore. And now I'm even seeing things that look handwritten, but they're not even handwritten. And it used to be that when you got an email, it was exciting. It meant that someone was sending you something they thought was funny. It was personal. You would be in these email chains of other people and groups. Then things changed again, and companies started marketing in those emails, and it worked fantastic at the beginning. And it still somewhat works. And now things have shifted to where if I get something from someone in the snail mail, it stands out even more against all of the other marketing campaigns. We get less mail and we get more emails now. And because of that, it's tanked a lot of our email marketing. Most of the research and the reasons why we do it is because we built habits from the past. And we haven't acknowledged that things have changed and adjusted. And so if you would like to zig when everyone else is zagging through your email system, then we must send less updates, less promotions, and less announcements. Treat it less like a billboard. And even what I did was trying to provide value by summarizing content. And that didn't specifically work either. Because even though we treat email like newsletters, it's not necessarily a newsletter. It's a tension bridge. Like most of the old emails and marketing style newsletters don't create movement, they create noise. And the only way to stand out from the noise is to be a stronger signal, which is to zig when other people are zagging or zag when other people are zigging. So when I studied authority systems tied to YouTube, I saw several patterns. People with big email lists and small channels. And then I saw people with small lists using this system, yet they had high authority. Like they're sharing videos on how they've made millions of dollars through this type of ecosystem, and they have less than 50,000 subscribers. How is that even possible? This email system is a piece of the puzzle that gets you to your bigger picture. So that was kind of weird to me, and it kind of blows my mind. It's like surely more views can equal more money, and I think it does based on how you're interacting on YouTube. But that's a result of people using this system over a large period of time consistently. And really, you have two different kinds of people. You have person A. This person has a big email list, and I'll define big. Maybe it's in between, I know it's a range, but it's in between 2,000 to 10,000 on an email list. And they send newsletters, but they're seeing about 8% on their open rate. And they've started a YouTube channel and been doing it for a couple years, but they're still getting below 100 views each. And I know it's not about views, but you can use it as a metric. And then there's person B. This person might have a smaller list, maybe 1,000 people, maybe 2,000 people on their email list, but they send authority-driven emails. And they don't send it weekly, they send it daily. And they see about 20% open rate, even though they're sending it more frequently. And then they see their views go up because it compounds from the information of the email into the video on YouTube. So it's more of a one-to-one match on email list subscribers to YouTube subscribers. And when that happens, it tells the algorithm, these kinds of people are loving the video. Let's put it in front of other people and see if they watch it too. So it's really a way of kickstarting the algorithm. So what I learned was that emails alone don't grow my business, movement does. And another thought that I had to rethink was that my email list isn't just for updates, it's for direction. So because of all of this, it made me think, what if I could train AI to help me do this and scale my time, save my time based on the content I'm already creating on YouTube? And let me tell you, after putting lots of time into training AI to get a result that I liked, it has increased my email opens. And I actually enjoy writing the emails a lot more. in companionship to the AI suggestion. And I'm saving so much time now because I'm talking in video, and then that becomes the portion that's in the emails. You may have heard that saying, facts tell, but stories sell. That's part of this. We're sharing stories. I'm sharing personal stories, things that I've realized and that I want to share with others so that it helps them. And then when we have a guest on one of our shows, I write the email in a way that reveals pieces of their story and doesn't reveal every single part because there's got to be a curiosity to drive the action. So because I like these results, I wanted to see if there was a way that I could share it and build a course and make a tutorial to share with you how to do it exactly step by step and how I do it. This is more like a training. And then in that training, I spent some time and some money, literally use a lot of AI usage in a couple days to build these AI skills that I can give away to you through the course. So it takes your YouTube content and turns it into email copy that actually drives people back to your video and through your ecosystem. And then through your video is where you want to send people for the next step if they want to go deeper. And all you have to do is share your transcript and then share your exact YouTube video link. That part is crucial. And I've actually set guardrails so that you can't even do this if you don't have your YouTube link sent. Because the whole point is that it's a system that works together. And I know it works well on YouTube. If there's another platform you use, then maybe see if that works as well. Because it just needs a link in that email to send people to the video. This also reduces burnout from those who are writing emails and spending so much time on even just generating the idea and then putting it into words, and it takes so much of your time. So I built this into skills, which can be used in Manus AI, it can be used in Claude AI, and then I built this as a custom GPT on ChatGPT and a gem on Gemini. And I'm going to give away all of that through the course so that you can use the exact system, and I'll train you exactly how to use it. And if you're interested in that, the link is in the description below through the Entrepreneur Experience School community. So really the whole point of this is instead of 2 different systems in many areas, it's 5 different systems, combine it into one system and make them all work together. So then you write emails faster. There's no more saying, what do I send now? And then your content and email is aligned, and it's one system, not 2. Otherwise, you're just doubling your workload without compounding. But the real shift isn't actually the emails itself. It's what this system does to your authority over time. You still will get a lot of people not opening the emails. But when they see that it comes from you and you're giving value and tidbits, they understand more of what you're known for and how it can help them when the time comes. Or let me show you how this works real quick. I recently made a video about thumbnails and doing research over those and how that can help get more clicks to your video. So I sent it to the trained ChatGPT. I put in that transcript of the exact words I said on the video and then told it to write an authority-driven email. And that was pretty much the only prompt. It came back and it was like, wait, you forgot the link. Okay, yeah. So I grabbed the YouTube link and I put it in and I hit send. And then it goes, okay, here you go. Here's an email. So what it does is it follows frameworks that's been taught by all of these authority-driven figures because I'm not pretending I know it all. I'm studying from other people and training AI based on their expertise on this. And usually what they say is to frame it in a certain way that pokes a hole in common beliefs. And then I like to frame it more in a position of, hey, what if you could be doing this versus always assuming people are doing things wrong. I know you got to speak to the devil on the shoulder to kind of get people's attention into showing them the angel on the other shoulder and how it can make their life better. But I'm not all about always communicating problems only and assuming that other people are always doing it wrong, because I think that we live in a world that's too extreme. It's either one thing or the other, when a lot of things are actually met in the middle. When I put the transcript in there, I just guided it a little bit more to not sound so shameful on why your thumbnails are failing. Even though it could get clicks, it's not the representation I want for the business through this video. So instead, it was your thumbnails aren't bad. they're killing curiosity. That was the subject line. And then when I wrote the email, it says, most local business owners don't have a thumbnail problem. They have a clarity problem. While everyone tries to look professional, the channels actually growing are engineered for one thing, and that's clicks. And then I told it to write this in like an auto bio style. So it's about what I've learned and say I instead of we. So that's a language you want to change based on if you're the only person in the video or if there's other people. And I have that trained in the AI as well. So it continues on. It says, I learned this the hard way. We packed thumbnails with logos, text, branding, everything that felt right, and got ignored. Then we studied what actually wins. One creator stripped everything down to a face, one idea, and contrast, and outperformed channels 10 times their size. So what was the shift? It's that professional doesn't get clicks. Curiosity does. And then I tease the rest of that information because we've shifted the way that they think by saying, in this video, I break down the 5-part thumbnail framework we reverse engineered from top performing channels, plus the one branding mistake silently killing most business content. Watch it here. And then I would put a picture of the thumbnail too. Just to like, sometimes I don't know if like the picture is always a better result. I'm testing and measuring that of putting the picture in there versus just text that says watch it here. Because the goal is to make this not feel like a marketing campaign email and give some valuable information that opens curiosity to make people want to watch our video that gives them value. And then lastly, if you are to do this, you got to make sure that it lines up real well. You cannot write paragraphs the way that you were taught to in English class or in grammar school or in long form books. You need to make one sentence and then double break the paragraph. So it looks double spaced, but if it happens to wrap because it's too much on a mobile phone, it'll look different on a computer. You want to hit enter and do a double space every new sentence because it becomes so much easier to consume and read. And it does not feel like it's too long that you didn't read. And then the more people that open your email, Google favors that. They realize you are not a spamming email when people open it more and click the videos. So it also improves your brand authority on email systems and keeps you out of the spam folder a lot more. And all of this is just from shooting podcast videos or YouTube content. And there's a lot more it can provide. So stay tuned on this channel. If you like this stuff and found value in it, then like this video, share it, leave a comment, hit subscribe if you haven't, because we're here to grow with you on YouTube for business owners and business coaches or any other high-level entrepreneur looking to build their authority. And if you're listening in the car, then thank you for listening. On this podcast episode, we have a video version if you want to move to YouTube, but if you like it during the commute, thank you so much for that. A rating of this podcast would mean the world to me because that's how we can build our reputation and show up on the charts of Apple if you found this to be valuable. And with all that being said, I just want to tell you to keep on keeping on.